folks, and I hope your kilts are dry wherever you are in collecting land. And welcome back to the channel for another 1/6 scale figure preview. So, the pre-orders are finally here. Yes, ICONIQ Studios have officially announced their highly anticipated by me at least, their take on Christopher Lambert, aka Connor Macleod, from the 1986 gem that is Highlander. Damn, 1986 was a good year. I've got to say, I have been clutching my broadsword in anticipation of this release for quite some time. So I thought I'd share my thoughts on what hopefully will be one of my figures of the year. I have an awful lot of time and respect for ICONIQ Studios. I think they're producing some fantastic 1/6 scale figures, got a lot of their pieces in my collection. So yeah, I thought we'd have a quick whiz through what they're offering with Connor Macleod. And the first of the shots here, well, it's looking good, I have to say. I'm feeling very excited and positive for this one. First shot here we've got is Macleod in the overcoat, the leather jacket, in Madison Square Gardens, or I'm assuming it's meant to be in the background there, where he fights for Zeal in the car park. On his way to the prize. It is looking very good indeed. So yeah, we've got this overcoat with the tie belt in the centre with this knot here, which is screen accurate. He didn't have it fastened, he had it tied in a knot. Stitch work looks very, very good. Proportions look right. Not sure whether this leather jacket here is going to be real leather. I've got my fingers crossed. I'm hoping it's going to be real leather. I'm hoping they don't go down the pleather route, but knowing ICONIQ Studios, I think we're probably going to be looking at a leather jacket here. And our first view of Ramirez's katana, and that is looking very, very nice indeed. The hilt there looks super accurate. Anybody who's seen my review of the replicas of the swords know I'm a keen one for Highlander memorabilia, and it's looking very, very authentic, that hilt there with the dragon's head on it and that sort of ivory effect handle. Not sure whether this sword's going to be metal. It would be nice to see it done in metal, but time will tell. So let's move on to the next one. And there's a lot of photos going on here. So yeah, here we have the accessory shot. We've got him in the leather jacket here on the left-hand side. We'll get to that head sculpt, but yeah, he's in the overcoat on the right-hand side. We've got the katana with the sheath, looking very nice indeed. As I say, that head sculpt top left there, and we've got these effects. Now this is really good to see. I'm assuming this is the effects that happen when one immortal beheads another and we get the quickening. So I'm assuming these are attachable to the figure so you can replicate that sequence at the end of the movie. Plenty of hands to go out here, 9 ungloved hands and 3 gloved hands by the looks of it, and a very nice base here. Now I'm not sure what's imprint. It looks like it's, yeah, they've got the Highlander logo across the middle there, and some kind of maybe quickening effect going on the base there. Crotch grabber, so it's not magnetic, this one. Let's move on to the next one. We've got a long shot here. Yeah, we can see that base in more detail there, and it looks like, yeah, we're looking at some quickening effects, and then Highlander, there can be only one across there in yellow. Once again, that overcoat looking very good, liking this shot. The lighting's very good here, and we've got him holding the katana in one hand and the sheath in the other. So let's move swiftly on. And I think ICONIQ have released about 20 so far. Now this has gone up for I think it's an early pre-order. If memory serves me correctly, we're looking at 888 in that initial order. Now it was a no-brainer for me. I've hit play on this straight away. Regulars to the channel will know my sentimental love affair with the original Highlander movie. I think it's an 80s gem and an absolute classic. So yeah, bit of a no-brainer for me, this one, as I said. But moving on, that head sculpt. Let's talk about that head sculpt. Now, they released one early shot of the prototype, and I was super impressed, I have to say. I'm thinking that it's looking very, very good indeed. That hair is absolutely on point with the style. The colour's just right. You can see the individual strands in there. It looks like they've got some highlights in that hair as well, which is right, because there were some off blondes in his hair in the movie. face looks perfectly proportioned. Those eyes look absolutely on point. 5 o'clock shadow, shape, proportions, looks absolutely nailed on. I'm just hoping that there's no degradation between this prototype and what we actually get in hand, but as I say, time will tell, so let's move on. Similar shot there, clutching the sword in the Madison Square Garden car park, and that white shirt underneath looks screen accurate as well. Stitch work on this coat is looking very good, and know me and my stitch work, I am a stickler for getting that right. That's the same photo that we just looked at, repeating itself for some strange reason. Let's move on to this one. We've got this, it's the same shot again, just from a lower camera angle here. Obviously about to experience the quickening after beheading for zeal. Yeah, the sword itself looking very nice and detailed. A bit out of focus there, but yeah, liking that hilt. Yeah, a side shot of the head sculpt there. Now, from a personal perspective, I don't think Christopher Lambert's the easiest person in the world to do a head sculpt of. I've got a very, very early caustic plastic Highlander figure where he's in Highlander garb with the kilt and everything, and if you're wanting to check that review out, there is an early review for that on the channel, and it's a very early caustic plastic piece. And it was prior to them actually getting any licenses, and I don't think he's the easiest person in the world to do a head sculpt for. I think it's how his eyes are positioned. They're quite widely spaced. He's got quite unusual features, but I think ICONIQ have caught his face and his appearance very, very well here. Moving on, even closer shot of the head sculpt here, and it really does start to pop here. I was a little concerned that at some angles this head sculpt wasn't quite right, but so far I'm having no issues with it. I'm thinking it's looking very, very good indeed. Yeah, and it's a very simple, well, I'll say simple figure. It's not, no figure is simple, but it's a very, very how can I put this? There's nothing, there's no frills on this figure. It's simply Christopher Lambert, leather jacket, shirt, jeans, and the overcoat. So it's about getting the details right here for me, and it's looking promising so far. Now that, for me, is a really, really good shot of the head sculpt, and I think we are seeing here that just the level of paint applications here are very, very good indeed. Loving that 5 o'clock shadow. The lips look just right, the eyes look just right, yeah, it's looking to me like they've nailed it here with the head sculpt. So yeah, a variety of shots from the car park sequence from different angles there, and it's looking like depending on the lighting here, you're gonna get different effects on that head sculpt. I don't think there is a swap out head sculpt, didn't see one in the accessories there, so it looks like we're stuck with this one, but it's looking good. Very good profile shot there, liking that a lot with the light off to the left hand side there, and close up look at the stitch work on that leather jacket. It's looking very good indeed, and it's looking more and more like leather to me. I've got my fingers crossed it's leather here. I'm going to check the details on this after this preview. Another shot of him wielding the sword, a shot of him without the overcoat on there on the stand, and the proportions are looking absolutely excellent here. We're looking at some top shelf work here from ICONIQ. I'm loving that shot. The use of the blue light there, obviously recreating the final sequence where he fights the Kurgan. Yeah, just looking overall like a winner to me. Let's move on. Slightly different angle there. Lots of different angles going on of the leather jacketed version here. Those hands are looking pretty good, although they're slightly out of focus there. So yeah, hopefully they will match the quality of the head sculpt. And there we see those quickening effects. Now I'm assuming those just slot under the arms, so you can go for that final sequence. And well, it's not the final sequence, but it's the penultimate sequence in the film where he beheads the Kurgan, and you can go for the whole quickening effect there with these effects that they've provided. Now, these are looking like that usual story, that sort of tinted clear plastic that we see with 6 scale figures. sort of collectors of hot toys and so on will recognise the kind of material straight away. I think that's more than likely the kind of thing that we're going to be going for here. The fireball material that was used in their Street Fighter figures. So yeah, there you have it, folks. That's ICONIQ Studios' take on Highlander. Connor Macleod, thoughts? Well, as I said at the top there, it's a no-brainer for me. I'm a huge Highlander fan. Well, the first movie anyway, and so pressing play on this wasn't a difficult decision. I think it's looking very, very good indeed. And I've seen a photograph of their prototype of the Ramirez figure, the Sean Connery Ramirez figure, and that is looking very promising too. I don't think we've had any leakage of Kurgan photographs yet, but I know that's in the pipeline, so yeah. I'm really, really hoping what we're going to get here is the definitive Highlander collection from the film. So there you have it, folks. That is ICONIQ Studios' take on Highlander, on Connor Macleod. What are your thoughts on this piece? Are you going to be pushing play as well? Are you a fan of Highlander? What's your take on ICONIQ Studios? Really, nothing is off menu, so please drop a comment in the comment section below. I would be fascinated to hear your take. And what's coming up on the channel? Well, in the 6-scale world, obviously we've got stuff from ICONIQ Studios, but we've also got new figures from Hot Toys, from Present Toys, Susu Toys, Caustic Plastic, In Art. So yeah, a raft of new reviews coming in, and showcases, and a boatload of other things as well. So I mentioned at the top there, be sure to hit that subscribe button and bell notification icon so you're not missing any of the good stuff that we've got coming up. And I suppose all that remains for me to say is a massive thank you for watching this preview. Take care of yourselves, and until next time on the channel, happy collecting.